Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome Ms. Lekha Balachandran, Chairperson, Women Managers Forum, Managing Partner, Recitec Electricals, to gather the address. Address the gathering. Sorry, I have.
Thank you. Respected President, Honorable Deputy of Rajya Sabha, G.P. Mehta, our guest of honor Purnima Indrajit, and our Secretary Algiers Khalid, and all the eminent personalities of the dais. A warm good morning to one and all. Women's Day is celebrated all over the world to acknowledge all the amazing things women have achieved. It's also used as a day to highlight and raise awareness about the issues women have faced in the past and till today. It's an important day to focus on inequalities, gender bias, sexual harassment, stereotyping that exist in the society. Those were the days women used to stay at home, do the household work, and they never had an ambition, or they pretend so, and any exposure to think differently. Higher education was also denied for many of them, and they were conditioned for that. In India, the gender ratio is almost the same, but women in workforce is very low compared to men. When it comes to women employability, India is far behind any developed country. Madagascar stands first in the list with 83% women employability, where India stands nowhere in the first 20 in the list. That's because women used to prefer stay home due to many reasons, or the social stigma prevailing here, I think. But in technology development for the past few years or past few decades has helped women to think differently, and it helped women to be bold, to acquire a job and be bold and stand their own feet. Without women working, our GDP will not, our country's GDP will not grow. So women has to work, it has to improve, the percentage has to improve. Technology development has improved women to seek job, to stand their own feet, and that leads to gender equality. Digital platforms, online workshops help women to work, think differently, to become bold, to be aware of their rights, to know more about finance management, and the list goes on. I should not forget television. Forgot to mention television. Television has played a vital role in empowering women in the past few decades. Women-friendly innovations like C-sections or sanitary napkins, the new thing, sanitary cups, surveillance camera, mobile phones, all helped women to be bold, and which leads to gender equality. But all these things, all these innovations and technology helped women to be bold? Are we socially gender equal? The mindset and attitude of people has to be changed to get that right. And it's our duty to teach our children to respect women and to treat every girl child with due respect and treat them equally. Now, this year, I think women of Kerala, especially Kochinites, I think, should be proud of one thing. We have women presidents for KMA, for Thai Kerala. Then for CA Institute, I think CA organization is having a women president this year. And for IATA, we are having a women president this year. So we should be proud of that. And coming to my duty, we have an eminent, powerful lineup of dignitaries and speakers for the day. First and foremost, on behalf of KMA, let me welcome our one and only women MP of Rajya Sabha, a person packed with energy, JB Mehta, to this August function. Purnima is like a sister to any Kochinites. She's a fashion icon for many, an efficient lady in many fields, a proven entrepreneur. We welcome you, Purnima. Let me welcome our eminent President Nirmala, who was the second lady president of KMA and was the first women GM in the hotel industry. We welcome you. Our own secretary, Haljias Khalid. Without him, without his vote of thanks, any KMA function will not be fulfilled. We welcome you at this function. I can see EC members, MC members of KMA who are always with us giving directions and opinions. I am enlightened to welcome you all. Welcome you all. KMA always respect achievers and recognize them. Today we are honoring Srimati Kamakshi Balakrishnan ma'am, Shikumari Ramachandran ma'am and Shaini Wilson. We welcome you to this August function. We have here Kulji, Thupal, Deepika, and Shalini and Santhya, who are speakers and many panelists here. I can see many panelists here. We welcome you to this August function. All invited guests, KMA members, participants, students from various colleges, we extend our warm welcome to you all. KMA staff who work day and night to make this function a grand success are here. A full welcome to you all. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lekha, for the most cordial of welcome. I am profusely elated to take an opportunity to welcome Ms. Nirmala Lili, the second president of KMA and CEO of Infinity Hospitality Services, to the body. Fellow members, please join me in welcoming Ms. Nirmala Lili to today's occasion with the presentation with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashwati. Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to see all the lovely ladies. And our secretary said, as soon as Purnima came, he said that added color and glamour to this program. So looking at all of you, I feel the same. So it's a day for us to celebrate. Thank you so much for coming before even I start my speech. And today, our chief guest of the day, Madam Advocate JB Mehta, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. Madam Purnima Indrajit, actor and fashion designer, and our own Managing Committee member, Lekha Balachandran. I must thank Lekha for organizing this function. She's been there for the past few months, doing many things, and that's the result that we can see today. Thank you so much, Lekha. And I also like to mention the other dignitaries here, and Srimati Chichi is here, and my dear friend Kuljit, She has taken a lot of trouble to come here. Thank you so much. And and we have our Shiny Wilson ma'am, and actually she exhausted her leaves, and she said, "No, how can I come?" And she has taken leave, a special leave today, and taken a lot of trouble to reach here. Thank you very much, ma'am. And yes, Kamalakshi Balakrishnan ma'am could not come, so her daughter Maya Mohan is here. Hearty welcome to you, ma'am. And the other speakers are here. Those are here. I think we have Deepa. Deepa is not here, I think. The panelists, Santhya is here. Santhya is here. Hi, welcome. And all the Deepika is here, I think. Yes, yes, yes. All the managing committee members, our past president, our members, and student members, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, and once again, hearty welcome to our prestigious program, Women Summit of this year. So I remember when I joined, got into AIMS managing committee member, the first women conclave was organized by a gentleman, because there was no other women in the MC, that is Mr. Anthony Sebastian Vigard. So, and the next year I became the chair, and 2-3 years I became the chair, and once our Maria Abraham was there, and then Parveen Hafiz was once, and Meena Vishwanathan ma'am. So these are the few women. I think we've been celebrating this Women's Day, I think from 2009 onwards. So every year it is just improving, and thank you so much for all the support has been given to us. And all of us know 8th is International Women's Day, so we are celebrating little earlier. So therefore, happy Women's Day, all of you. Thank you. Triple P, that is power, parity, power, and progress. Let's think about these 3 P's. Please introspect. Are you power with everyone? Yes. Are you powerful? Yes. Very good. And are you progressing? Day by day. Anytime. Yes. Parity means that each gender is represented equally. It ensures the access of women and men to the same opportunities, rights, material conditions while respecting their gender. I think around the world, women now have more power than earlier. Agreed. Yes. But men still dominate decision making. Yes? Yes. But the number of women on the rise in parliaments, cabinets, judiciary, police forces, formal employment, and education. Yes? Yeah. We are definitely progressing. I'm sure you agree with me. Of course, yes, in every field, I must say. Reflecting on progress in order to continue the fight for gender equality with unwavering determination, societies and individuals alike must draw inspiration from the progress that has been made in women's rights through the years, acknowledging the tremendous advancement that has been made, yet knowing that there still remains a long way to go. Women are the fundamental force for leadership, conflict resolution, and promotion of lasting peace. Let me ask a few rhetorical questions to all to ponder on. The world needs strong women. Agree with me, yes. Each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all women. Yes, it has to be like that, isn't it? A woman is the full circle. Within a woman, there is ability to create, nurture, and transform. Yes, everybody's nodding. Amazing things happens when women help other women. It's important to celebrate and salute the heroic women who are changing the world around them and empowering other women. First time in KMA, we are honoring 3 outstanding women for their extraordinary contribution to society. Madam Kamakshi Balakrishnan, she could not come. Her daughter Maya Mohan is here. She who changed maker and the pioneer in CBSE education. Madam Shaili Wilson is the path breaker in the athletic world. Madam is here. Madam Sriumarchi Ramachandran, we call Sriumarchi, weaver of stories and translator in the field of literature. Hearty congratulations to all these wonderful women. And thank you for being here. And thank you for being there as our inspiration, someone we can look up to with pride. Today is our day. Let's celebrate our achievements. Let's get inspiration, information, and transformation. A strong woman stands up for herself. A stronger woman stands up for everyone else. Where do you stand? To whom do you stand for? Be strong enough to stand alone, smart enough to know when you need help, and be brave enough to ask for it. With this, thank you very much for joining us once again. Have a nice day.
Thank you, President Lily Nirmala, for setting the tone. Indeed, your rhetorical questions truly demand a lot of introspection. I'm sure that everybody sitting here would agree with me. All right, lighting of the lamp signifies a bright beginning in our culture. May we request the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp to signify the inauguration of today's summit. We request the audience also to rise. Thank you, everyone. Can we have a picture together? It's done already. That's indeed a telegenic moment, surely captured for the next KMA bulletin. Moving on to the inaugural address, Advocate J.D. Mehta, Honorable Member of Parliament, the popular voice and the power pack for Ernakulam, a legal eagle who has taken on the mantle of a politician. Advocate J.D. Mehta, member of Rajya Sabha, is a well-known face, a keen social worker, and she started off with education from M.S. Ramaiah College and QSAT. She plunged into politics to serve the people of Aluva municipality, holding positions like councillor and deputy chairperson. She has been Secretary of Indian Youth Congress and President of Kerala Pradesh Mahila Congress Committee, apart from holding other important positions. In 2022, she was elected on a post to Rajya Sabha and continues to work for the betterment of the populace and especially for women. Advocate J.B. Mehta, the floor is yours.
Very good morning to all of you. The very charming and powerful President of KMA, Madam L. Nirmala. The very, I would say, the epitome of elegance, poise, style, complete actress, Miss Purnima Indrajit. Well, officially the honorary secretary of KMA, and also I would say even my own mentor, I can say Mr. Algiers Khalid, and chairperson of WMF, Ms. Lekha Balachandran, the dignitaries who are being honored for their achievements and being their stellar role in their own fields, who is not with us, but on behalf of Ms. Kamakshi Balakrishnan, we have Madam's daughter Maya here. A name which we all have grown up to be a great fascination. The very Madam Shiny Wilson. We also have Miss Srikumari Ramachandran, who is created as beautifully written, the story weaver. Dear the panelist speakers, including Sandhya and Deepthi and all other speakers, and dear managers, and also dear men who are very few here, but we always like to say that you're always welcome to, we always like to have men also in our women program. It's a delight to be here with all of you, because I find that the kind of expressions you have on your faces reflects that there are a lot of hope and aspiration, and you're ready to face the challenges which definitely one has to face in life. Because as managers, every day you will be facing a variety of problems, how to solve all that would be your first list, how to overcome all those challenges. But at the same time, I think KMA is doing a great thing by organizing a summit like this, where everyone can come, meet, make friends, share the concerns, as well as the networking, which I think is the most important in any business field is concerned. KMA has had a long tradition, I think, which we, as a Keralite, as a Malayali, which I'm very proud of, that even before a national level management association was thought of, Malayalis are always, we think ahead and we do it. So that's why I think KMA, which was formed in 1957, which is just after 10 years of a country getting independence. I think it's a big thing for us to be proud of. And we have had many luminary like K.T. Chandi sir, who have shown us the path, like even from a southern state, they can be the visionary of the whole nation. If he can be the person behind setting up of a first IIM in the country in Calcutta, I think those are the people whom we really have to look up to. So coming to a KMA program, first of all, I'm very happy. And secondly, now when we look at the theme of parity, power and progress, I think there are 3 P's which rightfully coined and told: power, parity and progress. And the way we started our today's thing of hugging oneself, I think that's the most important we need to do, not just today, we all should try practicing. It's like having food. Just try doing. At least I have decided after coming here, I'm going to try doing it every day, and probably, like just self hug, because every time I believe there's an inhibition in every women's mind. I don't know whether it's because of the situations or the societal setup. There is an inherent inhibition in every woman or girl's mind that are we to stand behind? Can we go to the front? Are we to say something? Or are we allowed to? However, each excellence or higher excellence we reach, still there is an inherent inhibition. So I think by that self-hug, we can be a self-motivator. We can get away with that inhibition and say that, yes, I like me, I will stand, I will do what I think is right. Now, I am not saying this in the context of Cochin or Kerala or India. See, I was reading a book on Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, whom we all look up to so much as Vice President of the Progressive United States of America. So while reading that book, I found something when in her initial days, where she has quoted that she was faced with situations where she was not given the due respect or due privilege or a seat, but her challenge she overcame by, you know how? She has clearly written that if for a meeting there is no chair for you in front of the table, around the table, take a foldable chair and make sure you go and sit there. Vice President of United States of America had to face such challenge, then why do we even think that only we are affected? So that's a normal, let's accept it. Now just by accepting it, it doesn't serve the purpose. So what do? Let us be very clear that let's get out of the inhibition. First, let us tell ourselves that yes, we will be there in the front. We can do what we can do. We will do whatever it is. We don't want your red carpet welcome also. If we are determined to do, we will do. The problem happens, we expect red carpet welcome everywhere. And when we don't get, we get depressed. So if the red carpet is not there also, it's all right. Well, I'm sure in business or profession or politics, any field, challenges are there. And most of the time what happens, I feel, whether it's parity or power or progress, every time instead of focusing on what we are supposed to focus and what we should be giving importance to, we end up thinking or doing, oh, did he think like that? What did she meant by saying that? Is that what I was supposed to hear? I think that is not what we should be doing. Let people say what they want to say. I will tell my personal trick is, if somebody tells me, see, there are a lot of demoralizing factors and elements in this world we should accept. If this demoralizing elements comes and tries to demoralize or say something negative or try to, how much ever hard work you do, instead of appreciating, if they say that if they look onto all the nitty-gritties of all the little bit negative, if one small mistake, if that is we have to think of the mentality of the person saying it. It will definitely, the mentality will be how to demotivate you. So my attitude very clearly is, if somebody comes and they try to demotivate or demoralize me, then I get energized. I work double hard. I don't let these elements to affect me in any way, because I believe that is, if you can convert that negative energy into positive energy and bring that positive energy in your life and then add more power to your work, then you are being onto the road or the path which you want to lead, and you are also defeating that person's purpose of demoralizing or making you depressed. If the other way around, if you start thinking that if that person said something or did something, and if we get demoralized, then we are defeated. That purpose is achieved. So the trick of the best trick is just ignore and do what you think is right. And if you work hard, I strongly believe, be it any field, any post, even if you are not holding any post or whatever it is, if you are ready to give your best and work hard, at some point of time, those who demotivated you or demoralized you will be forced to say, at least with a smile on their face, congratulations. So just wait for that moment and keep working. And this power, parity, progress. When you think about parity, see, we believe that we are at par, we should be at par. We should be at par. I mean, we are not living in an age of sati or where we don't have all that. Still, although some negative societal impacts are there, but still we are at par. As I said, the mental makeup should be changed, that we are at par. At the same time, when you think of this par, the smartness lies in how you understand the human chemistry and human bonding and human relationship, where we have to play our role. Professionally, even at home, everywhere at par, we are equal, but there are some places where smartness also plays. After my master's in law, I worked with Nalini Chidambaram, one of the renowned senior advocates. She is renowned senior advocate, well, but the name itself says that she is P. Chidambaram's wife also, former finance minister. So in one of the conversations with Madam, she told me a story. Story dates back to many years ago when she and Mr. P. Chidambaram had started practicing, and then their child, Mr. Karthi Chidambaram, was in first standard. Apparently, from a school diary, the son got a remark saying some homework was not done. So as is the scene in every house, P. Chidambaram saw that, and P. Chidambaram started saying, are you a mother first or a lawyer first? So Nalini Chidambaram madam, without even thinking, answered, I am a mother first. That ended there. There was no issue. But next day morning itself, both of them got into the same car. Both of them went to the same Madras High Court. Both of them continued their practice. Both of them became senior advocates, established themselves. The only point Nalini Chidambaram madam was trying to tell me, see, we should be actually knowing when to say yes, when to say no, how to react. Because once our aim should be that we should be successful and smart in what we are doing. Now, if you think of another situation of, just think of, instead of reacting like that, if Nalini Chidambaram madam would have reacted, how you can say that are you a mother first or a lawyer first? I also took LLB, I also took LLM, I am also a lawyer. The conversation should have just went on and there will not be peace. So along with parity, power and progress, we can add one more P, peace. Because if there is no peace at home, in our family, I think, there will not be peace for us to work anywhere. My husband is a cardiologist, and I am very happy to say it suits me very well. Most of the cardiologist wives or doctors' wives, they keep cribbing, oh, doctors don't have time. But I keep saying, oh, my husband is so busy that so much of angiogram, angioplasty, ICU, CCU to be done, he doesn't have time to even look what I am doing in my political front. So as a cardiologist, since he was not very keen about seeing the local newspaper, one day in the hospital, one staff went, about 9 years back, when I was a youth congress activist. So the staff went and showed my husband a newspaper, in that the Malayalam Manorama, in that there was a picture of me holding a flag on top of the train. So my husband which he didn't see, but staff showed it. So he came and asked me at home, "What is this, JB? What are you doing? Why are you on top of a train of all the places?" So I told him, "You should be proud. You should be happy. Which cardiologist wife will climb on top of a train, raising people's issue? Who will do it?" At least that conversation ended there. What I was trying to say, as much as we say about our profession, I strongly believe we have to make a lot of sacrifices if we have to climb the success ladder. But as you climb the success ladder also, I will also say about my son. My son, who has seen me always on the this action front, he has always seen me as a municipal councillor from his birth, as long as his memory goes. So when this Rajya Sabha was announced, that poor child was not even happy with the fact that I am resigning as municipal councillor and going to be Rajya Sabha member. So my son was saying, "Please don't resign, councillor. You please be councillor." Because the child's mindset is, at least if my mother is a municipal councillor, she will be there at least in that ward or area or in Alua to be there, to be visible as a mother for that child. Now the latest instance I can share, I was like very surprised that the same thing, like he has no fascination for Rajya Sabha MP. From a child's point of view, the child wants mother to be with him. Now the latest thing of the action in the parliament, you all are aware how it is. So then I've been, like day before yesterday it came in newspapers that I have been sent to privilege committee and I'll be questioned or suspended, whatever, we don't know. So this conversation happened by my father-in-law. And then my son was listening. Now he is hoping, actually hoping, let my mother get suspended from Rajya Sabha, so at least she will be there at home. That's the kind of thing. So I think family is something which we all have to have their support, and we need to really balance that is something which I like to say. And about power, parity, progress, again, we think that it's only Rajya Sabha MP who's doing great, or it's only a great actress who is doing great, or it's a great writer who is doing great, or is a great entrepreneur or a business manager, or Indira Nooyi or Majumdar Shah who is doing great. Actually, if we look at the mothers at home, they are the great managers. I am a great fan of both my mothers, that how they manage the house so well. We don't have to look, around too much for management tools. We can learn so much from our mothers itself. The way they manage the house, the way they manage everything is something which we all have to do. Whether it's accounting, I can see my mother keeping accounts of so well, which we all cannot do. So why I'm saying this, we always have to look around and appreciate women who are doing small things, big things. And who, see now Purnima Indrajit, she is so elegant. Why don't we say it? Who is top? Why are we so reluctant to say if she is elegant, she is elegant? I think the success for us as women should be that let us appreciate women, whichever positions we are in as much as whether the parity or progress or power, whichever positions we are in, appreciate each other, and definitely that will help all of us as a community also. So I think I will put an end to my speech, because as politicians, once we see the mic, we don't end. But I think Kerala Management Association is a place where it is the timing is very much followed, so I would follow that strictly. But I want to tell you all once again that let us all face all the challenges and make ourselves, create ourselves better women, and we can do both for our family and for our country great things. And I declare this Women's Managers Summit open. Just one last thing before I end. I happened to read one article in which it was said that women managers are the ones who don't ask for hike in salaries. It is always the male counterparts about the percentage of women managers don't ask for hike in salaries. So please put that element into your brains and you start asking for more salaries. All the men out there should think that after the summit that, oh, they all have started asking for more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Advocate J.B. Mehta. I'm sure that everybody sitting here is enlightened with your affirmation and multiple chances to introspect on many things and adding that piece, that is the fourth one. All right, now moving on, just like to inform all of you that unfortunately our district collector, Dr. Renu Raj, couldn't be a part of this elite gathering because she has got some critical official commitment. So the next in line is addressed by guest of honor. We all know Purnima Indrajit, the powerful actor, our charming lady next door, the brand and the style icon, epitomizing today's professional, confident and strong women through her label Prana. Well-known artist in Malayalam film industry as well as Bollywood with major projects like Thuramukham in Malayalam, then Kalapani and Union in Hindi amongst her latest releases. She manages to shine at the same time with flights of fancy, redefining and modernizing Kerala handlooms and weavers for the world through Prana. Her modern aesthetics and contemporary designs, marrying Western and Indian sensibility with the traditional Kerala weave, have made Prana a well-known brand, known for its being committed with a deep sense of responsibility to the society, and Purnima Indrajit is also very much involved in uplifting the weavers, and we all know that the Anpodu Kochi, she was been a great part of it as well. Cutting short, I present to you the multifaceted Miss Purnima Indrajit.
A wonderful good morning to all of you. I would want to first start off with saying a big thank you to you, ma'am. You are very kind. Thank you so much. It really feels nice to just get compliments. How much ever you get it, you can't just say, yeah, I'm done with it. No, it feels really nice. Thank you. It's a good day. It's a wonderful day. I'm extremely happy and humbled to be here. Thank you so much for having invited me over again. If I clearly remember, this is the second time, the first time being maybe a few years back. Yes, so I'm really happy. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Ms. Lekha Ramachandran, Chairperson, WMF, President, Kerala Management Association, Ms. L. Nirmala, Advocate J.B. Mehta, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. And yes, I should not forget the one man. Women were sitting there and bullying him. Mr. Alec, did I get your name right? Alexius Scarlett, yes. And my wonderful guest. It's so humbling for me to be here because I'm seeing so many known faces, the faces and the names that I have grown up hearing and seeing, starting off with Sri Kumari auntie. She's seen me when I was like a little kid. And Kamakshi ma'am, she's not here, but her daughter, who again has seen me around for a long time now, Shiny Wilson ma'am. And yes, I have one more name to say, Urmila ma'am. Yes, so a lot of people who have actually, a lot of faces and names that I've seen and heard growing up with. It feels quite overwhelming for me to be sharing the stage and the space today at a very important platform that we speak about power, parity, and progress. So growing into the society, and having few women who have always been a very strong influence in my life, starting off with my mother and all her 4 sisters, my dance guru, and all the teachers who have in multiple areas influenced me unknowingly. Today, as I'm a grown woman, I look back and I understand the impact of a very little conversation or a very little thing in my life. It's a beautiful space to be, and most importantly, to start off with, I should say, it's a beautiful thing to be a woman. So, coming to the main topic, power, parity, and progress. So, I think both the beautiful women on the stage have covered it by and large. And we all know, if you're looking at the particular topic in a social, economic, political level, there is a very strong, visible change. Yes, we have to address that. Socially, looking at the movements to support women, politically looking at the seats and the positions that's been offered to women, and economically, yes, the conversations or the constant discussions about equal pay or giving platforms to women to have make their economic stature better. So there is a huge change that's happening in the world, and it's been happening over a period of time. But we still live in an era where women need to fight for the rights over their own body. The most simplest thing, right? We still live in an era where we read news about women wanting to go to schools and colleges to study, but they can't. They are just asked to, they're forced, I won't say asked, they're forced to not take that step. So I'm just talking about by and large in the whole, looking at it from a global perspective. We have a lot of issues, bigger issues that's cropping up every day. And then we have the regular issues that's been there for over a period of time. Yes, we have made improvement. There is a huge improvement and we have to address that. But I personally feel it's just not a 1 month or a 1 day in a year that we should be doing this. There should be a conversation on every table, in every household, on every single day. Not trying to cultivate any kind of gender bias politics in the house or even in the children, but just making them understand that how important is it to have the conversation about gender equality, about how and why is it important for us to have at this point of time. Because we women of today, we are fighting the patriarchy of yesterday and trying to bring up the girls or the boys for tomorrow. It's not an easy journey, is it? A few things what the JD ma'am had said earlier about women asking for, not asking for increment in their job. Definitely, yes, we should, but also have you thought of it, maybe she would not have done that, or she would have self-doubt about going ahead and asking that. Because she's worried whether she'll lose her job. Because of the daily politics she gets to face every day. She's constantly being made to feel that it's just one of an odd luck chance that she's there. And on a day-to-day basis, there are a lot of, if you dissect a day of a woman, be it from any walk of life, from the walk of, let's say, the privileged women that we are here, to the normal woman who made the cup of coffee for me today morning, we women need to fight single battles every single day. Am I right or wrong? Yes. And the most important battle which we fight and is never spoken about is the emotional battle we have to fight. The emotional laundry we go through is never addressed or spoken about. If a woman is doing XYZ as much as a man, she is also doing a lot of other things which the man hardly knows, or he can't even process it. This is a very interesting thing I have to say. I happened to hear this beautiful TED talk somewhere where just this particular line stayed in my head so much. I am sure most of you must have heard it as well. So this is apparently how a woman's brain and a man's brain work. When you open a man's brain, it's neatly compartmentalized apparently, where you have a red, a blue, a green, multiple color threads neatly placed. So the red is family, the blue is work, white is maybe friends. I'm just saying, it's just an example. But very neatly placed and compartmentalized, okay? And when you open a woman's brain, it's like a ball. Completely, like you pick up one red, the blue follows, the white follows, and the yellow follows, and it's just knotted and all over, and that's how it is apparently. They see that's how a woman's brain. And good for us. That is why you men can have that compartments in your head. Because we women take the laundry. We women take the emotional laundry so that the compartmentalization or your life process or your anything or everything. I'm so sorry if I sound very gender biased, but this just needs to come out. It is not about who's bigger or who's higher. It is just about equal respect. When you say power, parity and progress, it just means equal respect. And that respect in terms of all verticals, in terms of emotional respect, in terms of financial respect, in terms of physical respect, it applies everywhere. So I just feel that if I have to just bring the whole conversation or the whole topic, just encapsulate it into a few words. If the woman is being given, or if she has the freedom to make her choice for anything, regardless of the conditioning, regardless of the family she's born into or goes into, regardless of the judgments of what the society thinks about her, regardless of the expectations of what people have around her, if she has the freedom to make the choice to do whatever, she's powerful. That's the biggest power a woman can have. That she's free enough to do what she wants to do. Because that's the first step to designing her life the way she wants. Maybe she doesn't want to be an entrepreneur. She wants to be that beautiful homemaker. And she has the power to do it. It's her choice. And we need to give every single woman the power to take their own decisions, the freedom to take their own decisions, the freedom to make their own choices without judging them, without telling them this is not how it is, without conditioning them, asking them to follow the rat race. Now the second most important part, parity. When this woman grows into being so independent and free, she embraces herself because there is no conflict within herself. She has the freedom to make her choice, and that makes her the most free, beautiful being. So she embraces herself. Am I right? Yes? And then when we talk about parity, as a society, we need to embrace her. When we embrace that, every single woman who has the freedom to make the choices in her life, and she embraces herself, as a society, we embrace her. And that is where parity happens. And the next most important step is progression. Progress. That is where we celebrate a society like this. The celebration of a woman, the celebration of a man, regardless of the fact whether who is on top or who is valid here or not. This is about celebration of equal respect, equal freedom, and equal rights because we are equal. in all ways. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful time that I've had here. I really want to stay back and hear a few interesting conversations and details of new topics. I would definitely want to mention few guests who have flown in all the way just for the day. And let me just get your names right, and I don't want to go further the names. Dr. Kuljit, yes, lovely meeting you. And Sandhya Vishal, yes, lovely meeting you too, ma'am. And I'm not sure whether Deepika Warrior is here, but she's here, yes. Welcome to Kochi. Thank you so much for having me over here. I don't believe that it's just one day that makes it all, and we all know it, but we'll still celebrate it. I have been attending Women's Day events over maybe 12, 13 years now, even more, but I will only be happy to see we have made any progression the moment I walk into the hall and see equal numbers or more of men there celebrating women. I hope to see that very soon. You all have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Purnima, and sharing your thoughts on those lines of our theme. Moving on, next in line, we are actually, ladies and gentlemen, today honoring 3 women achievers from Kerala who have made their mark in their respective fields, and they are indeed the role models for the upcoming generation of women. First in line, we have Mrs. Kamakshi Balakrishnan, a change maker in educational arena, needs no introduction. Most definitely to the huge elite crowd of Chinmaya alumni. A doyen of education, the progenitor of the CBSE's curriculum to Kerala State, she has taught at the prestigious Loreto Convent, New Delhi, before coming to establish and nurture the Chinmaya group of institutions in Ernakulam. She also helped other schools, sharing her know-how, experience and expertise to herald hitherto unknown standards of education. Equally adept in the arts and culture, she has been Vice President of Kerala Fine Arts Society and an early patron, Speak Mekhe. In these roles, many talented singers and dancers owe their rise and recognition to the inspiration and motivation of Mrs. Kamakshi Balakrishnan. I would invite Advocate J.B. Mehta, and Purnima to kindly come forward along with other dignitaries on the stage to hand over the awards along with the Ponada. So may I request her beloved daughter, in absentia of Mrs. Kamakshi Balakrishnan, her beloved daughter Maya Mohan will be accepting it. So friends, can we have a loud round of applause for the achievers for today?
Thank you. May I request everyone to take the seat? Fellow members, we are privileged to have with us today the recipient of Arjuna Award 1984 and the prestigious Padma Shri Award, Ms. Padma Shri Shiny Wilson. Ms. Wilson is the only Indian women athlete who have represented our country more than 75 times. I am tremendously excited to have with us the first woman to have participated in Olympics 4 times continuously. First woman flag bearer and captain of Indian Olympics team. First Indian woman who ran under 2 minutes in 800 meters run. First Asian to have represented Asia in 4 World Cup athletic meets. The only Indian woman athlete who represented our country 6 times in Asian track and field meets. And she has secured more than 80 medals in international competitions. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived to recognize the outstanding work of Padma Shri Shaini Wilson for her achievements in sports and contributions to our society as Vice President of Tamil Nadu Athletic Association, Chairperson of Kerala Sports Person Association, and GM of Food Corporation of India. Let's join our hands together and welcome Padma Shri Shaini Wilson to the stage for the well-deserved recognition. I request Ms. Debbie Maker, Ms. Nirmala Lily, and Purma to recognize Ms. Shaini Wilson.
Last but not the least, we would like to call honor Mrs. Sri Kumari, known as Sri Kumari Chechi for everyone, Mrs. Sri Kumari Ramachandran for her contribution to literature as a story weaver, bilingual writer, trained dancer and accomplished singer. I know the effort I have put in to write this small script as an MC and absolutely amazed of the output of Sri Kumari Madam, who has authored around 40 books spread over a spectrum of subjects while also contributing to magazine and weekly. Her books includes translations of classics like Aidihiyamala, Pride and Prejudice, while also penning her own short stories, novels and biographies. A graduate in economics, she is also has got her accolades in Hindi, and a B-high grade music artist of All India Radio Thrissur, Doordarshan Trivandrum. She has adorned many other roles, including serving the committees of Kerala Sangeet Nada Academy and as a jury member from various films awards committee. Inviting the multifaceted Mrs. Sri Kumari Ramachandran to kindly accept the award, and I again request our Honorable MP, Advocate J.B. Mater and Purnima, all our dignitaries on the dais to do the honor. All right, may I request our past president, Jibu Paul, to come forward to offer memento for Advocate Jibu Paul. J.B. Mater, I'm sorry, my bad. Senior Vice President A. Balakrishnan. Sir, please come forward to hand over the memento to Purnima Indrajit. message embedded with your picture.
Thank you all for gracing us with your presence today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite Mr. LGS Khalid, Honorable Secretary KMA, to deliver vote of thanks.
Distinguished dignitaries on and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, honestly speaking, this is the first time in my life I'm in the midst of so many lovely, charming ladies and few gentlemen. And I'm truly honored to be on the stage with a lady president, a chairperson, a lady, only lady Rajya Sabha member, and a star. What did she say? Epitome. That's a word our Rajya Sabha member said. The thought which came to my mind, in spite of my grey hair, was of Krishna Kanaya. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the end of the inaugural session and all set to commence the much awaited keynote session. I really don't want to stand between you and all the eminent speakers who have come all the way from far and wide to talk about parity, power and progress. However, I must thank all of you for giving a great start to this summit with the inaugural session. Starting with the chief guest for accepting our invitation, or rather my persuasion and forceful threat to be here to inaugurate this event. All the more because she is my little darling niece. That doesn't make me that old, by the way. JB, so nice of you to rush and come all the way from Trivandrum after leading that protest march yesterday for the LPG price rise. You really spoke like a real elder in the upper house of the parliament and made all of us proud and energized all the women managers present here today, especially this uncle. Thank you, Advocate J.B. Mehta Shah. Our guest of honor today brought all the glitter and the glamour to this year's Women Managers Summit, and I think we will never forget the word epitome. You spoke really well and in fact set the stage for the great summit. Thank you, Ms. Purnima and Laljeet, for being here in spite of your busy schedule. I must also especially thank the women achievers who are being honored today, starting with Madam Kamakshi Balakrishnan for her contribution to education as a change maker. And thank you, Maya Madam, for coming and accepting it. A chip of the same block, she is also a leading educationalist in town. Many of our students are here today, and some are speakers too. Thank you, Madam, for giving us this opportunity to recognize all what you and your mother have done to educate this population. I must also thank the path bearer for her contribution in athletics, 80 medals, 80 glory you have brought to not only this beautiful state but also to our country. We are really proud of you. Thank you very much. We are very grateful for you coming here and accepting the invitation. I don't know how to thank Sri Kumari Auntie, a highly deserving person for her outstanding contribution to literature. Auntie for me. Auntie for me. For her contribution to literature as a story weaver. You are a real inspiration. My family's association with her family goes back 7 decades. My father, my late father, and her late husband were classmates in the 1950s in Maharajas College, and her husband was one of my father's election campaign leader, so I can definitely call her auntie. Besides that, she's a mother of my two good friends, Raghu and Mohan. So it is Sri Kumari auntie for me. Thank you, Mrs. Sri Kumari Ramachandran, for agreeing to come. So nice of you. I will be failing in my duty if I don't thank the chairperson of KMA's prestigious Management Association and chairperson of the Women Managers Forum, Lekha. You did a fantastic job. She has been burning midnight oil to make this summit memorable for all of you. Thank you, my good friend. Our President Nirmala needs a loud applause for making all the arrangements for the summit. Thank you, President. Yet another great event in the making. Thank you, Senior Vice President A. Balakrishnan, Past President Jivu Paul, Managing Committee Member A.C. K. Nair, Managing Committee Member Sujata Madhav Chandran. I can see Treasurer Johnson Matthew sitting here, and Joint Secretary Dilip Narayan. Thank you all for coming here and also encouraging Lekha to do a wonderful job. Last but not the least, thank you all for registering and coming to listen all about parity, power and progress. Especially those gentlemen who have come to know how the women are working hard and striving for parity, to struggle and gain power for the progress of all humanity. Thank you, MC members, Raki and Shruti. You did a fantastic job. Thank you one and all. Have a great day.
Fellow members, it's time for some high energy engagement and interactions. May I request everyone on the stage to just take the seats in front of the stage. And I have the pleasure to welcome Dr. Indu Nair, Group Director, SCMS Group of Institutions, to introduce our next speaker of the day.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm here to introduce Dr. Kuljeet Uppal. Dr. Kuljeet Uppal, the world's first female scientist and genius polymath, has been honored with several national and international awards for excellence in world of innovation, education, and social impact, including the prestigious World Innovation Award. I'm sorry about that. I'll just start again, I guess. Ma'am Kuljeet Uppal, she has been awarded with the esteemed Inspirational Polymath Award, being an image scientist, an aviator, an entrepreneur, and creative director, an author, and an educationist, among other hats that she wears. Dr. Kuljeet is also an independent director certified by IICA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, in Government of India. She is the National President of Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry for Life Skills and the All India Chairperson for Image Management. Armed with a PhD in Image Management, 3 master's degrees in diverse areas, and several other contrasting certifications to her credit. She has about 3 decades of work experience exploring a diverse career path in aviation, education, image management, IT, advertising, and media. She is an expert on persona and image management, psychometrics, NLP, life skills, strategic self-management, personality development, and soft skills. She has authored several research papers in her area of specialization in Emerald and Scopus Index reputed international journals, as well as book chapters for renowned publication houses like Springer. She has also co-authored a book on growth mindsets and success called Breakthrough, which is an Amazon #1 bestseller. Her books are doing 2 rounds of corporate, rounds of corporate houses and organizations as self-help and motivational books for professional and aspirants. That apart,
Your Power version 2.0 is her significant one-on-one mentorship program. Her online courses have hugely impacted thousands of people from all walks of life. So with the 3 decades of work experience in various industries, as well as advisor, office bearer of many women organizations around the world, she works toward bringing about policies and creating a robust ecosystem for the empowerment youth and women globally. This amazing impact strategist has made India proud in her area, apart from being a thought leader and inspirational humanitarian who has been impacting thousands of lives globally on her mission to make a powerful difference into the persona and image of individuals and enhance life skills across the globe. We are indeed proud and privileged to have you, Kuljeet ma'am, here amongst us, and bring her on to the stage with a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
A very good morning to all of you beautiful women and of course the men here. I'm sorry today, it seems everyone says women and the men. Women and the men. Sorry, but sometimes we have our days, right? So I'm very happy to be here, and at the very outset I'd like to thank my dear friend Nirmala for having taken the time out, for having reached out to me to be here in this beautiful land, God's own land. I am delighted to be here in Kerala. I've always heard of the beauty of the state, but more than that, I think the beauty of the women and the intelligence and the warm-heartedness is something I'm receiving since I've come here yesterday. And of course, unfortunately, I'll be moving out just after my session back to Delhi because I have to be part of my book fair, where my book is being propagated there at the World Book Fair. So I won't get time to interact with you. So what better to make this an interactive session with all of you? I feel there's a little, shall I say, repetition if I go the same way of going with the theme of parity, power and progress. I think we've already heard some very prolific people come up with their thoughts, and I completely echo. I think all of you echo the thoughts too. So I'm just going to go a little different in the journey that I want. I think I have the next 15-20 minutes with you. So I'm going to try and make it as happening, if I may say, with all of you. So firstly, tell me. I'll go here. I think I prefer this. All right, so when we talk of these 3 words, and I'm sure each one of us resonates with these words. Is there anyone here who doesn't resonate with this set of 3 words? We all do, right? How many of you, firstly, before I start, want to be able to learn how to make the best impact and become a truly incredible version of yourself? Give me a show of hands. All right, that's a good number. How many of you are not interested in knowing how to make an impact? Show me your hands. Thank you. So in short, we all have a captive audience here today. So in the little framework that I have, I'm going to try and give you a few snippets, a few tips. But before that, I want to also share one thing. I get energized when I see energy coming from there. It's natural, right? The law of reciprocity. So what I'm going to do is have some music on. All of you will get onto your feet. and take a jig with me, alright? Any volunteers who love dancing here, by the way? Anyone? Come here. Naza, right? I think I got your name right. Anyone else from this side? Yes, the youngest lady here. Come. Alright, can we have, now, just before we start, I want every single person up. I said person, not women, okay? Person up on their feet. Before we start this off, what do you prefer? You want to feel the moment or you want to rise up? 1 second. Quick, the echo. Do you want to be feeling the moment or do you want to rise up? Rise up. Can we have rise up, please? Alright, everyone, on your feet, please. Let's enjoy Women's Day! Yes, we celebrate this with a dance and enjoy the divinity we all belong to, the Shakti we have within ourselves. Here goes. And come on top, come on top.